Good morning. First of all, before we start the video, I just want to say a massive congratulations to Dan and Alina on the birth of baby Joey. I'm sure he'll become a plain dog like his dad. But no, fantastic news to start the week off. So anyhow, let me get into this. So I wandered down today to get quite a few bits out. This works out probably about a third of my Mustangs and Thunderbolts with a couple of p38s chucked in. So a few months back on the site, I did a short, well, quite a lengthy review on the different types of aircraft you can buy by different manufacturers. So this will cover some of them off. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to any Dragon P51s, they're all at my mum and dad's. But I've got a Dragon P47, so we'll go for it bit by bit, bit lengthy, and then we'll talk about some of the differences. So starting from back to front, we have the P51C Ferocious Frankie made by Gemini. We've then got the P51D Petite Second made by Corgi, one of the old moulds. You've then got the Corgi Legends range Rosy Def Bosch Buster, a nice P47 Razorback. Then we have the new mould P51 Butch Baby. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. Then back to the front, we have the Gentlewood Jim by Corgi, old mould. Then you've got probably my favourite Mustang of the lot, the X-Fighter Collection P51C Princess Elizabeth. Then another Duxford resident for many a year, now living in Turkey, is the P51D Ferocious Frankie made by Sky Guardians. Then we have Old Crow, P51D by Corgi. You've then got Snoot Sniper, P51C by Gemini. You've then got the Razorback P47C as part of the double set with the P51C. If anybody knows what that is, please let me know. Towards the back, we have a lovely Dragon P47 Razorback, probably the best mould of the lot. We then have the Corgi Collector Club War Eagle, which is only one of 500 made, Snafu's sister. We then got Glamorous Glen 3, which is made by Sky Guardians, that's a P51D. The ex-Duxford P51D Twilight Tear. We've then got the P51D Checker Tail Stinker Pat, made by Sky Guardians. You've then got Ray Wetmore's P51B, made by Corgi. You then got probably Corgi's best P51B to date, Missouri Mauler. Over to the front, current Duxford resident Berlin Express P51C. You then got another Duxford resident, which is now resplendent, painted as Nelly, which is No Guts No Glory, P47D X-Fighter Collection. You've then got Butchie, which is a Korean P51D made by Sky Guardians. You've then got two, I'll do the two together, two P51Cs. So you've got Leonard Cheshire and you've got the Polish Squadron one made by Gemini. We've got Stinky, which is the same squadron as Ray Wetmore, P51D made by Sky Guardians as well. You then got Major Robin Olds Scat 6, P51D made by Corgi. You then got Salem Representative P51C made by Gemini. You've then got this lovely P47 Razorback made by Forces of Valor, so different company. You've now got the UK based, well currently anyhow, Hun Hunter from Texas, which used to be February, so it's owned by the Three Kings. You've then got Spirit of Atlantic City, P47C Razorback. You've then got this lovely Matchbox P47D in the lovely resplendent yellow nose markings there. And then P38s that were just in the boxes, so you've got Easy Does It, which is obviously in its D-Day stripes, and you've got Pudgy, which is part of the Corgi Warbirds range. So again, another manufacturer we can talk about. So yeah, a bit of a lengthy talk through there. So let's talk about some of the different ones we can get. So we go first to the old style P47D by Corgi. As you can see, it looks pretty much like a P47D. You can't grumble about it, but the big problems were if you compared it against a Dragon, it just don't look up to scratch. The detailing's not there. The undercarriage is a bit pants. Well, it's a nightmare to fit, for want of a better word. But you know, it does look like a Mustang, but it just looks natural. It just looks like it's showing its age a little bit. So if we have a look at this new P51, some of the new features. One, you've got an undercarriage that fits nicely. It's still a little bit problematic, but it's like a square peg on the end rather than this horrible little nib that was before. If we look at the mould, it just looks crisper, so the detailing on the panelling looks much more detailed, I think. Paint, it's a nice paint scheme as well, the old red and yellow checker tail front there. The other big bonus as well is these bits here. So the flaps, you've got two different bits. They're a bit of a nightmare to get out. Either you can do it in flight mode, or you can do it in sort of ground mode, as I've done here. I think it just adds a little bit extra to it. It's a shame we can't do an open canopy like the Dragon ones, and it's a shame we can't find a Dragon one actually, and you would see the real difference in it. But yeah, it is a big improvement. I think it just looks crisper. Also, the big bonus as well, you can't take this bit off. So if you look at that, it just doesn't look, even though it's sitting flush, there's just a slight nib when it gets to this bit here. And it just looks right, it just looks much better. But yeah, they've done a really good job on it. I think it's a big improvement. So another one, another manufacturer is, as we spoke about, Gemini. And I've got quite a few Geminis out here. A Snoot Sniper and P51C Princess Liz, which is probably my favourite aircraft. One of my favourite in the collection, as we were talking about the other day. Great model, undercarriage fits nice. There's a one-piece undercarriage door piece there, where the corgi is two. Sorry, I didn't talk about that on this one. Actually, now it's two pins which push in. It's a much firmer hold. It does look so much better. I don't know if you can see. Have a look right underneath there. Just holds in place. So there's the two pins. A little bit tricky to get out, but it holds in place. Again, it's one piece and it fits in nicely. Undercarriage is solid, it's not going anywhere. Please don't fall off. No, that's good. It just looks nice, and if you compare it to an early Mark Mustang I've done there, I know obviously this is the B. It just don't look as detailed, does it? It just doesn't look as nice. I wouldn't say it's a pig. It's certainly not a pig, but it's certainly a big improvement on that. So they're two of them. Other models we need to talk about are Sky Guardians. So if you look there. Again, it looks like a Mustang. There's not an awful lot wrong with it. Fixed undercarriage. So obviously a big unsightly hole underneath there, which unfortunate for the stand to go in. But no, it's a decent looking model. Movable wheels. It's solid. It's not going nowhere. But nice. If we look at them side by side, not an awful lot of difference there. Is there? Looks. I'll say that looks pretty good. The wing fillets, the fillets on the tail. Maybe a little bit bigger on the Sky Guardians one, but no, decent enough. So let's talk about some of the P47s quickly. So this one's War Eagle, which is a Corgi Collector Club special. I think I picked it up for like 10 quid or something ridiculous, because I joined the Corgi Collector Club and they give you some money to buy a model. Obviously Snafu's available in this range. Lovely looking aircraft. They've done a good job on this. You can't grumble too much about the P47C. If we compare it to the Dragon over here, this is probably my favourite mould of P47C. I don't want to move it too much in case the undercarriage and all that falls out. I've had a nervous breakdown fitting it as it is. If you can get a Dragon P47, they're absolutely worth their weight in gold. Fantastic aircraft. And so look, if we've got a D out, there we go. We've got the lovely, oh no guts, no glory, which is now Nelly. Again, it's a decent model, but if you put it up against a Dragon probably is a little bit superior. A couple of other models we've got. This is a Forces of Valor P47C. They're making the comeback later in the year with a few new aircraft. I'm looking forward to the Marauder. Hopefully get a few of them in to review it later in the year. But yeah, nice looking aircraft. Hopefully a few more of these to come. And we've got this here, which is a matchbox. So matchbox, obviously long gone now, but they made Warbirds, including Spitfire, ME109, Zero, Corsair, Hellcat, and they are well worth getting. Get them if you can see them cheap for like £10 or something like that. They're well worth the weight in gold. Great looking mould. Only real pain in the backside is no undercarriage down option. For some, I know it's not really a problem. The stand's not great either, but it is a lovely crisp mould. Paint finish is fantastic, and it's well worth looking at. And again, over the back here, we've got this one here. It's fundamentally the same mould, but it's part of what they call the Warbirds range. Very similar to the Matchbox, only come with undercarriage up. These were like originally priced at like 15 quid or something like that. I remember picking all mine up for a £5 in Matalan years ago. But again, well worth looking at if you get a chance to see them. So there you go. There's me the USAAF aircraft collection, which, well, some of it anyhow, which I've worked out of the shed. Hope you have a good day. All the best.